This is such an informal video and it's not my normal format of doing videos. But I realized that like if I'm not real with you guys, then like I never will be, and if I don't get to share the side of my life, I never will share it. And I know myself that I overthink a lot and I'm gonna cancel the thought of doing this. So I know if I do something that is permanent and I put it out there, then for sure I will be disciplined enough to do this. So I am Randzo Mahwayi and I'm doing my second year in accounting, and when I tell you yo like this year has challenged me in so many ways that I cannot explain. Like I've seen myself lose myself, try to find myself again, still fall, still try to crawl. Like at this point I'm crawling. Like I've just seen myself being challenged in many ways than one. And I think the most painful part is just not being able to reach out to the people that surround me, and not because they're not there, but just me not being able to reach out to them and say, hey, oh, by the way, I'm not okay, I'm going through something. And I think, words have so much power, and I don't think we take it serious enough. Starting of the year, I was like, oh, second year is where you lose your spark, and actually I lost my spark. Like, I just wake up every day and I try to force myself to get out of bed, force myself to go to school, force myself to write tests, exams, force myself to go to church and serve. And best believe there's something about church, man. When you get there and you force yourself to go to church and you get there and you serve, like there's just something about serving that just changes the entire trajectory of your week. However, I cannot not say the fact that I still come back and I still feel so tired, I still feel so exhausted, and there's just something that in me that is just exhausted from everything. And because of that, the things that I used to enjoy, like serving, just also it's no longer the same, because I'm at a point where emotionally I'm just distraught. And I mean, one would argue that why don't I just speak to the people that are around me and just tell them and be like, oh, I'm not okay. I just think that, at times I feel like people don't allow you to not be okay. Like, I just want to not be okay in peace. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I tell you I'm not okay, and then you're gonna encourage me to feel better, né? But I'm not gonna feel better because I know that the current circumstance that I'm in cannot be changed, immediately. And that kind of hurts, because something that cannot be changed now and even in the near future hurts. And knowing the amount of effort that you have to put in to sort of change it, and the weight that comes with it, is something that most people will never understand, just simply by what's this, like people will never understand it. Like people will never understand how, like how purpose hurts. Like purpose just hurts, and accepting your calling, it also hurts. It hurts a lot, a ton. It hurts to know that you have a very great calling over your life. That you have a great purpose over your life. It has been prophesied, it has been spoken over your life that you're gonna do great things. You just know it, and you've known from a young age that you're gonna do great things. However, when you get to the point where you're now building the foundation for the great things, it's painful. It's absolutely painful. It's nerve-wracking, it's overstimulating. And I think the reason why it's so difficult to approach people and say, oh, I'm going through a difficult time, is because, sorry, I was just like this is going off. Sorry, my phone switched off. Oh, this looks cute. You guys are gonna have to work with me. My tripod is really not the best. But yeah, like, sometimes one would argue that, okay, but then like you haven't tried going to the people that are closest to you in your life. So why why exhaust that option even before you have tried it? I am one person who, when people are going through it, I'm the one who's saying, guys, you can do this. You can get through this. It's possible. Hear me out. I also believe I can do this. I don't struggle from, oh, I can do this. No. I struggle from, okay, you know, this I can't do. This it's above me. I can't do it. I struggle from giving up on things that do not serve me, things that do not that are not aligned to my purpose. I believe I can do everything and anything, and some things really are not for me. Some things are not my calling. Some things were meant for me to partner up with other people so that they can also flourish in what they were called for. But the problem is, I want to do everything for myself and by myself. And I don't blame myself, because that's the kind of mentality I was raised under, that I should be independent, that I should work for everything I have, that I should just, you know, so much so that I was not taught partnership. I was taught independency, and independency was just stressed like this. You know, independency was that one thing in my life that was really like stressed over and over again, that you know what, you need to be independent. And I just realized that I'm hyper independent to the point where now I can't even call someone and say, and best believe I have friends who care for me, who love me. I have family members who love me, who care for me. However, just calling someone and saying, oh, I'm not okay, it's too much admin. And I know probably internet is not the best option, but hey, like, you know what, I think I genuinely wanna share this journey of my life and this part of my life. I really want to find my spark again. I feel like I don't want to settle for who I am now. I don't want to settle for, I don't want to let the challenges that are in my life overcome me, and like just allow these challenges to have power over me. I want to be the girl that I once was. You know, a girl was once excited about life, with passion, with zeal. But also, I don't want, because the problem with the passion that I once had was the fact that the passion was there because of trying to eradicate a specific part of my life. I didn't grow up in the best background. Like, there's a lot of things that you just couldn't afford, and that's okay. You know, shout out to my mom. My mom's amazing. Love her down. But that's the reality of things, and I have the challenge of changing that for my kids and also for myself. Before I can live, before I can be a mother, I have to live life for myself. You know, I have to see the fruits of my hard labor. And I'm just realizing that, like, the amount of effort and the energy that I have to put in to see that realize is so much. And that's why in the past, that passion that I had, the strong desire to just change everything, is unhealthy, because that's gonna take time. Breaking something that has been there in generations and generations is gonna take time. It's not just gonna happen overnight where you just change everything. No, like, it's gonna take a lot of time. That's why I just want to build healthier habits. I don't want to build these habits that I see online of like, you know, another thing is toxic productivity, because I've like watched a lot of productivity videos, because I've been wanting to try and improve my productivity, because again, I drag myself out of bed every single day. And one thing I've realized is that nobody actually preaches something that is consistent. No one like comes here and shows their life as raw as it is. Like, they show up every day and they do this and they do this and they preach discipline. But what about the times in your life where it's really like it's going down? Like, it's going down. When it's times like this where life is just throwing hands, what do you actually do? And I can bet that some of the things that you're saying you're doing, you're not doing, because that, like, I maybe it's because I'm in this position, and I think it's sort of physically impossible to just do all of those things. But like, I also am a person who, on this channel, I preach self-care and everything. So I just wanted to say that, like, you know, sometimes you just reach, and you know, YouTube has been that one thing that I've been staying away from, because it's been so difficult. In general, creating content has just been difficult, because it requires effort from me. And you know, just seeing like that aspect of your life that you put in a lot of effort in, because I started my YouTube channel when I was in grade 8, and just not seeing it grow the way that you wanted to grow, or at the speed, or you know, you trying all these things that people saying you should try, and you're just not seeing it grow. That kind of, like, not even kind of, it actually hurts. And it's just been one space that I've just been staying away from for my own mental health. But I realized that if I want to build this community that I have in mind, I cannot build it on lies. I cannot build it on things that don't exist. I am one person who I struggle a lot with mental health. I struggle a lot with voicing out that, hey, I'm not okay. I'm actually losing my mind, you know. And this is my first attempt at trying to just, hey, I'm not okay, you know. I'm not a giving up person, and I don't like embracing the thought of giving up. I don't like embracing the thought of, oh, you've tried, you failed, just leave it alone. I don't want to embrace that kind of thought. I want to push on. So I want to start a series called Finding My Spark Again, and this video is going to be unedited. I'm just going to combine the videos together because the other one cut, but I'm not gonna edit this one. It's just gonna be me and my raw emotions at the time that I'm feeling it. It's currently the 28th of August, and I'm not feeling the best. It's currently almost 11. I'm not feeling the best. I'm not feeling my best. I'm not at my best. I feel like I'm under so much strain, and academically, life is showing me that, hey, you don't know ball. So I want to try. I don't want to give up. I don't want to just settle for whatever this is. I want to try. I want to fight back, and I do want to find my spark again. I do want to be excited about life again. I do want to look at myself in the mirror and be like, oh, you look good today. You put in a good outfit. You know, I don't want to just be stuck in tracksuits and everything, and having my hair just being all over the place and presenting my mood every single day. I don't want to fall into that state that I worked so hard to get out of in the first place. So this is my first attempt at releasing this series called Finding My Spark, and I want to be as raw and authentic as possible. I want to share my feelings as they are. I want to be myself. I don't want to be someone I'm not. I feel like for years I've been trying to be someone that I'm not, and it doesn't really help to be someone that you're not, because you know, presenting yourself as something else. I'm not loud or anything. I am usually this, you know, and I'm not charismatic like, hey guys, no, I'm not that. I'm really just like this, you know. I hope that you'll accept me as I am. I've tried and worked so hard to be someone that I'm not, and I wouldn't want to. Now that I think about it, I'm glad that I didn't, like, you know, people didn't really accept those videos before, because then they would have accepted a version of me that I wouldn't be able to catch up with. And also, I just want to say that allow me to grow as well as a person. There's things that I will change as a person. There's things that I'll no longer do as a person. There's things that I'll no longer say as a person and no longer do as a person. And just because I'm in the state of not being okay, please do not expect me to not always be okay. Please expect me one day to come up here and be better and learn to grow. And as much as I'm saying I'm not charismatic or whatever the case may be, maybe that could be coming from a point of insecurity or whatever the case may be. So allow me to grow into myself, allow me to grow into the woman I'm meant to become, and walk on this journey with me. I'm not my best, but I'm trying to be my best. And I'd love for someone to also look at this journey of my life and think to themselves that, you know what, as much as I'm going through this time now, it's gonna get better. And I want my life to be a testimony of God, a true testimony of God, not. And you know, sometimes I read the Bible and I just see how people are just authentically sharing what they've been through, authentically sharing the experiences that we can relate to. And that's how sharing a testimony is supposed to be. So I want my life as in its entirety to be proof and a testimony that things can get better. They might not be better now, I promise you. I'm not gonna try and say, oh, things are good. No, things are not good. I'm forcing myself to be positive about whatever's going on right now, because academically, I'm just like realizing how much effort I have to put in to get this degree, and it's exhausting. But you know what? It's gonna get better. And yeah, I have to. Yeah, I think I wanna leave you guys now. And this is the start of the series of Finding My Spark. Love you guys. Bye.